or it works as a tripod. Okay. And
From common areas and tracks behind 1 foot.
we do have these in our inventory, so we just have to make sure that once we have them in a kit, we just assign them to the kit, and then and then we just attach our cameras, whatever, here. And so that's that. So every kit should have one of these. And I use this a lot on the trip to New Zealand. That was really handy. So this one goes specifically, this is a selfie stick that goes with the 3D camera, which we only have one of. So that would be separate. Okay, this is the Osmo camera, which is an automatic camera person. So if you're, like, I use this on the New Zealand trip to take like group pictures, or when I was doing the food forest tour, I use this because it'll like follow subjects automatically, so you can just kind of pay attention and listen, and I can focus it on you, and it'll just follow you around. So when people see my videos, they're like, "Who's recording you?" It's this.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Okay, and then all the gear that goes with this. This is also a one-off thing I brought with me. I ordered it for. It's a super high quality, expensive microphone. It connects over Bluetooth by default, and it can be used to record anything in total surround. So like the reason I got this is if you're wanting to record elders who are all talking to each other at a table, you just put this in front in the middle of the table, and it'll capture it all at very, very high quality. It's like $600, $700, $800 just for this one microphone.
Wow.
Yeah, this one microphone costs as much as this 3D camera. Yeah. Okay, so then the other thing every kit needs is a data cable and a charging cable, or just a data cable. If it's going to be one, it's going to be this. And these are really expensive, so we want to, like, they're precious because they cost a lot of money versus a charging cable, which are a dime a dozen. And then I just got other extras like the little dead cats, they're called, that go with the microphones to cut out the wind. And then I've got extra lens protectors in case one breaks or you need to change it, like filters, and that's it. That's my kit. I got extra batteries, a little mini tripod for that came with it, like that just came with it. Yeah, other dead cat here. Okay, so that's the whole kit.
Okay.
So the way I use this for workflow is this is how I refined it on the New Zealand trip, because we have these nice DJI microphones, which if you pair it every time to a different camera, it's a super big headache. So what I figured out is, instead of pairing to different devices, we just leave them paired to the receiver. And I tested it on this and this on the phone and on the DJI, and it worked perfectly. If I just, so I'll just show you really quickly how it would look. So I put this into my laptop. The laptop is another kind of key piece of the puzzle. Put this into the laptop. If I was in my hotel room and I could have it set up, or if I was set up interviewing somebody, this is how I would do it, is I'd put the microphone in here, and then I'd clip, and put that on yourself. And you see it turns on automatically, so you don't have to worry about turning it on. And then I would take the data cable, put it in this side of the computer, in a different USB-C port, and then go out to whatever camera I'm using. So in this case, I'd put it out to this camera, and then I would set this camera up on its tripod. Usually I'd use this one here, but just to demonstrate, I'll just set up this cute little baby one. Okay, and then on the computer, or I also use my phone for this sometimes. I just turn the camera on.
Hijack from common area to the big field.
Okay, and then I go on the computer to the Riverside app, which is the streaming app, and go to projects. No, studio. Where's studio here? Home. Record. Okay, and then this is the key workflow step I was telling you about, is that instead of recording onto the phone or device, I would record straight onto the computer,
Okay.
which then uploads it to the online video editor, Riverside. So I'm going to switch this camera to the Osmo. There we go. There's the Osmo. And you can see it's following you, so go ahead and move. See that? See, it's auto following.
Okay, right on.
And I didn't even have to tell it, that's just the default. Okay, and then under this, I'm going to switch this to the not the Osmo. Nope, it's already got it. Okay, the wireless microphones, that's
All right.
these ones. So if you go ahead and talk.
Testing. Yep.
Yeah, so if you move yours closer to your throat, you'll get a better.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh.
So now I'm in the studio. So this is how the workflow works. So we're here in the green roof cabin, just going over how to use the video production system that we've refined here. What do you think?
I think it's interesting, and I'm looking forward to learning how to use it. Yep.
And what are some of the ways you think you'd use it?
Well, I guess with our next new videos for this week, doing like time lapses and interviews and showing what people are doing. Yeah, maybe a little bit of time lapse in our growing, like a couple of days, just to see if plants come up. It'd be interesting.
Cool, right on. Okay, now I'm just gonna hit stop here, so you can see the whole workflow from start to finish. Okay, and now it's still uploading, probably because I'm on like a, maybe not because it's Wi-Fi here, but there we go. So now if I go to the project, you can see it's processing.
Okay.
So I'm going to come back and check it in a second, but I'll
Yeah,
show you.
sure. I would love to see the one that you just did.
Yeah, so this one here, if I go back, I'll show you. So the way I did this video is I just recorded off my phone. So I had the microphones plugged into my iPhone. I had the Riverside app on my phone, streaming straight up to the server. So by the time we got back to his house, it was already all done.
Oh, wow.
And this is what it looks like. So keep in mind, I haven't done any editing from scratch. This is all AI editor. So what it does is it transcribes, right? And you can see I interviewed him for over 40 minutes. And then it edited a bunch of little stories here. So like millet sourdough, a game changer, revolutionizing Australian bread, local grains, harvesting grasses.
Oh, great.
Okay, so it's got all of these little like TikTok friendly sub 2 minute videos that it automatically does. So what I did is I went into this one here. Then it gives it a score based on its sort of opinion of itself of how well it did. So the lower, so like it's saying, hey, 99% sure that this is a good edit, right? This one is 70%, but I went through and I was looking for a good video to start with, like kind of set the stage for people who are going to watch this. So I wanted to start with this one, like how long have Indigenous Australians been there? So now I'll show you what it looks like in the edit. We'll go in here. So I already had what I call a rough edit, and I definitely changed it to be a little stronger and to fit just barely under that 2 minute limit. So what you can see here is it's got the original footage is here. It's got all the like pre-edited shorts on the side here that you can just jump between them. And then we can drop in, like I can use AI tools, which I didn't use on this video actually, like to cut out ums and ahs, take out repetitive statements. Like AI can just go through and do that.
Remove the dog that comes through in the background.
Possibly, yeah. It'll use AI to
stuff.
do visuals and edit visuals, which I haven't bothered with because for me, I like the roughness of it, and I think generally the videos do better when they're not like perfect. So this is how this one turned out. I'll just play it for you.
And then we have our stone mills, which we then use to mill it into flour.
Yeah. And so how long have Indigenous Australians been growing and working with grains, grasses?
We don't have scientific evidence to back up like how long we've been here, and it keeps getting pushed further and further back. The most accepted is that we've been here for 60,000 years plus, and that's an archaeological site in Northern Australia. That same archaeological dig site, so they've dug down through different layers of history. In that same site, they found fully intact grains of rice.
Wow.
We also have actual rice, like the Oryza
That's
genus in Australia. At least 4 different species within that. And so they found like these grains that were being eaten that far back in history, 60,000 years. But we've also found like grindstones where people were grinding into flour, which is again why we wanted to use stone rather than like a other sort of industrialized way of making flour. Every culture around the planet has been processing grain, and the grindstones that we've found, that they've actually got the starch residue on these grindstones is 40,000 years. Human beings have been grinding grain for over 100,000 years across different continents. It starts to throw all these like ideas of like out of Africa 60,000 years ago, out of the water. And that's what we say here in Australia. We've always been here. It's not that we came from somewhere. We came from the land itself.
Okay.
Those cuts are slick.
Yeah, isn't it just
Yeah.
you notice
When
it?
you've done it by hand, you know how much of a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
And it
seamless.
did most of it, and in watching it again, there's a bunch of stuff I could have cut, but
There's
But
the
for
odd
me,
break,
it's-
but the fact
yeah.
that it even shows you what it's edited out, so you
Totally.
can customize what you choose to include, even if it,
Absolutely. yeah, it's really cool.
This is awesome.
Yeah, and so, and just for context, like for me, my priority is I got to make this as quick as possible. So you're looking at that final product was, like I said, 15 minutes of my time, not including the interview. So now if I was to show you quickly going into another one, like if I go, I'll click edit this one, so I've not touched this. That one you just watched is the only one I've touched so far. So we can go into this and it's going to load it up, and you can see kind of the piece of the interview that it's pulled out. And so there's a few ways you could edit. You could just read it and start editing it.
And when you're doing edits in the text portion, does
Yeah.
it auto translate to reflect the same edit in the video itself? Okay.
Yeah, so for example, down here, it ends with amazing, which is actually a pretty good way to end it. But let's just see if I can find some more text here.
Like if you were wanting to take a couple of lines that was said at the bottom and then insert it somewhere in the middle so you still ended on the amazing, that would probably be
I
seamless.
think you could do it, yeah. I haven't played around with that
Yeah,
yet.
fair.
I usually just leave it in the original order so far. So I'm going to say here, let's say I want to bring this one in, needs to build our own economies, we need to be profitable so we can reinvest back into the industry, into that development. Okay, so now I just hit the R key to bring it in. And so now...
It looks like a loaf of sourdough. You wouldn't know it's actually gluten-free made on the The wholesale bakeries is where the profit is, because we need to build our own economies.
So now let's say if I want to get rid of the I'm just going to choose this. I could use AI to do it, it'll remove them automatically. But I can just hit the delete key here.
Yeah. Some you might want to
Build
keep,
our
some you
own
might want
economies.
So now you can listen and you can see the
Because we need to build our own economies. We need to be profitable so we can reinvest back into the industry, into the development.
Okay, and then say we want to make money.